Welcome back to America on the Road with Chris Teague, Jack Nerad back with you for road test time. And well, I want to talk about the Genesis Electrified GV70. It's the all-wheel drive prestige version of this vehicle. And it's a nice kind of compact electrified EV, electrified crossover EV. You know, while many manufacturers build dedicated battery electric vehicles, Genesis takes a different path, or they have with this vehicle. They take conventional vehicle platforms like the G80 sedan and, of course, the GV70 crossover utility that we like a lot in gasoline form, and have electrified them, quite literally in the name. And they've done a nice job with it. All-wheel drive is via front and rear electric motors. It has 483 combined horsepower when you use the boost feature. It can go 0 to 60 in 3.8 seconds. And my question is, why? Like, who will buy this cares about that very much? It has this boost mode that you can, for 10 seconds, get this additional horsepower. And I'm going, well, I don't understand the value there, but just because you can do it doesn't mean you should, right? One of the things the GV70 does pretty well is handle extra weight. It weighs about 500 pounds less than the Cadillac Lyriq, which it kind of competes with, but 500 pounds more than the conventionally powered GV70. So that's a lot of weight. But it has a reasonably light battery pack, and that has its pluses and minuses too. The minus is it only has 236 miles of total range. To alleviate that as an issue, it uses a 400 to 800 volt system to take advantage of DC fast chargers, should you be able to find one that can charge at the rate that it can take, which could then charge the battery from 10% to 80% in as little as 18 minutes. I don't think you're going to run into that in your township there in Maine. It'd be probably hard to find one here in Southern California. One of the really great things about this vehicle is its, I'd say, exceptional style and luxury. This is a very good looking vehicle inside and out. The inside is very high lux, high quality materials. It looks more expensive than it costs, and it costs a ton. Heated and ventilated front seats, multi-way adjustability, all of this is standard. I like this vehicle a lot. Overall take on this quickly, Chris.
Yeah, sometimes when you adapt a gas vehicle to use an electric powertrain, you lose some interior space because of the battery and the things you got to package. But I think Genesis has done an excellent job with the vehicles that it has sort of converted into electrics. The interior feels just about as spacious and roomy as before, and they're very comfortable inside. Plus, they still get the great Genesis styling that I think a lot of other people really enjoy.
I think it looks terrific, and like I say, I think it looks like it costs more than it actually costs, but it is not inexpensive. I can tell you that. Base price around $66,000. The vehicle, as I tested it, was $72,000. That is a whole heck of a lot for a vehicle of this size, and so much more expensive than the conventionally powered version of essentially the same car with all the same features. It's got a ton of great features, a 14.5-inch display with navigation, 8-speaker stereo system, wireless charging pad, Wi-Fi hotspot, all kinds of great stuff. When you add the Prestige package, which costs $6,800, you get Napa leather upholstery, a 15-speaker Lexicon audio system, head-up display. It's got all the bells and whistles. It's a wonderful, wonderful vehicle for, I think, a narrow audience who is willing to shell out this kind of money for this small a vehicle and with only 236 miles of range. Thoughts on that?
I mean, the performance is only going to entice so many people, and the price is very, very stout. So I love it, but I also couldn't justify the cost.
Yeah. So this is a vehicle we like a lot. We wish it were maybe, 10 grand less or something, like maybe even more than that. It is very competitive in terms of a lot of safety equipment. It has tons of safety equipment. It is really well equipped. I can give it that. But I just wonder really about the value. I think if you really want an electric vehicle, this is certainly one to take a look at, and you're not going to see yourself on every corner. It has all all the things you could possibly want, but and reasonable cargo space too, 28.7 cubic feet of space. So a lot to like about it, but maybe there are others that are worthy of a look too. I think it's just kind of emblematic of how expensive electric vehicles still are.
Yeah, I mean, as much as we've been talking about these allegedly future coming affordable EVs, the reality is they're still too expensive for a lot of people. And, you know, the incentives help, lease deals help, but they're not going to attract all the potential that they could.
Yeah, I think lease deals is the way to go with this particular vehicle because it won't qualify as a purchase, I think, for the $7,500 tax credit, but for some reason it will as a lease. So go figure. Our government at work. Well,